lovely Sanntangle friends. My name's Yvonne. Welcome to Edinburgh. That's where I am. Come on in. Come on in. I've got all the chairs out. Got the kettle on. Hoping you're going to join me. I've even got the Nespresso machine on, just in case George Clooney decides to pop in this afternoon for the October Diary Challenge. But I do have to say that if George Clooney does drop in this afternoon, one of you is going to have to give up the chair next to me for him. Anyway, here we are with the October Diary Challenge. And what a gift. Sandra gives us lots and lots of gifts. I'm just going to move my camera because it's over the sound. There we go. She gives us lots of gifts. She gives us time every week. She gives us at least 2 hours of her time coming onto Facebook and showing us how to draw a tile. She gives us other impromptu times that she comes onto Facebook, and there's more gifts in the diary every month. For the diary challenge, she gives us 2 tangles, 2 different designs, and she also gives us some inspiration with an affirmation. This month it's I can be calm and focused. So let's just hope I can be calm and focused for the next half an hour or so that I'm with you, showing you what I'm going to do with these different Sanntangles that Sandra's given us for this month. The other thing is that you don't have to have the diary to take part in this, because every month one of us of the Sanntangle teachers will be doing these lives and showing you the tangles so that you can take part. And the idea is for you to create a little bit of art, a tile size. In the diary, you've got a tile size square that you can do it straight into, or you can do it on a tile and actually stick it in. If you do it in this area and you don't like it, cover it up with a bit of paper. But you don't have to do it on any of these things. You can do it on the back of a gas bill. The idea for the diary challenge is to get out of your comfort zone without getting too far out of your comfort zone. It's a nice, safe way of getting out of your comfort zone, because you're going to be drawing a little bit out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to show you the 2 tangles. I'm just going to get rid of this. The first one's a sort of organic curvy one, and I know I've got hand cream on, so I think this is actually, I've got it on the paper. There we go. It's like a curve with a bubble on the end. A lot of people say, oh, I'm not keen on the curvy ones because I'm a bit wobbly and everything. But this is a good opportunity. Nobody needs to see this. So I've practiced this on the back of bills. I've practiced it on the back of meeting minutes. I've practiced it on my shopping list. I've done it while I've been waiting for the kettle to boil. So the more we practice anything, the better we get at it. It's like anything in life. Sandra's good at this because she's done it every day for all of the 21 years that she's been alive. So she's really good at it. And that's all it is, it's practice. So in the diary, she's gone round the bubble, down the stem, and she's kept these lines parallel. And then we're just going to put a hat and another hat and another hat. And that's the way that the tangle's drawn in the diary. I'm going to do one in the opposite direction. bobble on the end, come round. And what I like to do is I like to make a tail on mine. And the other thing I like to do is I like to fill this bit in to give it a bit of drama before I put the hats on the top. They tend to look a bit like a cream horn on a stick now, but that's maybe just in my imagination. So you can put these together in a really nice formation, and they go really well into your bouquets or arrangements. They're good fillers in bulking out wreaths or bunches of flowers, things like that. And if you put a few diddly dots, add a bit of maybe some leaves in amongst them, you can make a nice little sort of arrangement, some sort of organic arrangement. What Sandra would like you to do is to practice these and come up with your own version of how you use them. I'm just putting a few wee stray bobbles on sticks. Doobie donglets, I'm just going to fill this one in so it doesn't feel odd, the odd one out, so it hasn't got a middle. The other thing to do with the tangles of the month, if you like, is to have a play with the size. So make a mahoosive one like this. Try the size difference. Have a think about. See, I've gone wonky on that. But if I hadn't pointed it out, you wouldn't know. So make it big. Make it so that you could do something else with it. And you could fill this bit with a tangle. We could use maybe that one that Deborah was using in her monthly diary challenge. So filling that in with different bits like that. Now it looks like a fishing net, doesn't it? Or a butterfly net. So you need to just have a play with them, have some fun, do them different sizes, try them with different pens, try it with your fountain pen. Have a bash. Have some fun with it, because that's what this is all about. It's a really good way of calming your brain, getting away from that constant chatter in the back of your head. And there's probably, when you start doing these or any of the Sanntangles, you'll find that one way is more comfortable than the other. I think that Sandra might have mentioned that she's left-handed, so she'll draw things in a particular way, and we'll find it, or us right-handed people, us odd ones, will find it easier to draw things in a different way. But you can train your brain to do things differently, and it gets you out of your comfort zone that way. A good example of this is, while you're sitting there watching me, if you just clasp your hands together like this, you'll find that one of your thumbs is on the top. In this case, my right thumb is on the top. And if I unclasp my hands and put my left thumb on top, if you do that, unclasp your hands, put the other thumb on top, it feels a bit weird. first time you do it and you think, well, not that's because you've probably always done it that way. But as you sit there, if you clasp and unclasp your hands, eventually it'll feel just as good either way. And that's the sort of thing that this doing sandtangling does for your brain. You do it differently, try different ways of drawing things. It allows you to create different neural pathways in your brain, turns off chatter, and it gives you a bit of me time, if you like. And it's really good for you. So that's the first Sanntangle. The other one's more geometric. It's like a triangle, or 2 bits of a triangle, and then lots of lines. Like that. And these are fab. These are really versatile, I've found. You can make them any size. They're a great filler pattern, so you can fill big shapes with them. They also tessellate or join together, so that you can make either a very rigid sort of triangular frame, or you can make almost an organic frame with them around your piece. If you make them huge, or not, well, you could make them huge. You could draw them on the wall if you wanted. It's your art. Then you can fill these different gaps in. Just turning my paper a bit. I'm a bit restricted here because I've only got a little space. I've just got my phone. I can't sort of move around. But you could fill these stripes in with different patterns. That wasn't me sighing, that was my dog. She's exhausted. I've taken them on a huge walk so that they'll sleep through this and not come and talk to me. So you can fill these in with different patterns. You could even fill these in with this pattern if you wanted to. So there's lots of different ways of playing with these. What you can do is you can break the lines up like this so that you get a different effect altogether. Now, I know that some of you have already done the October Diary Challenge. Susan Keel and Joanne Thorley have put some beautiful tiles on. And now, Sandra's always said, you know, you don't have to take part, you don't have to show anybody your work at all. But please do, because there's a prize up for grabs. And you, if we pick you out as a winner, then Sandra will send you some goodies in the post. So it is worthwhile. Here's some of the things that I've done. I was saying I've made a frame, quite a rigid frame on this, and then I've done some of the cream horn curly things around the middle. Looks like a bunch of snakes or something. One of the things that I did was drew a really big, in comparison with those little ones at the top. One. Put Put a flag on the top. Turn it into the big top. Turn it into a circus tent. There's the entrance. Here's Daddy Ant coming to the circus. So let your imagination go wild. You can curl or curve the sides. Change it up a bit. It's going to be your version, not anybody else's. So you could curve them. You could make them stripy. I had to go on some black paper here so you can see these are the ones where I've stopped in the middle. Here I've put bubbles in them, joined them all together. Here I've made sort of chevron stripes in them to make a pattern. Another thing that I did was I made mushrooms out of them. So I could turn this into a scene. This is one of Sandra's, a bit of Sandra's background paper that I've cut up, which is beautiful to work on. Much better than a gas bill, it has to be said. Plus, it's got colour already on it and a bit of stenciling, so that it takes away that starkness of a piece of blank paper, and you can add colour to it, and it doesn't use up as much of your coloured pencils. One of the other things that I did was made one of these curly ones, massive, drew it over a tree and put googly eyes on it, because I thought it looks like a big Sanntangle snake, and I could send that to somebody in the post, because googly eyes make me laugh, and I think anybody would like to receive that in the post. Might make them giggle. So these are some of my workings out as I've gone along. So you can see I've had various goes at doing this, these two different Sanntangles. The one that I've decided on for my tile, I'll show you the start of it, and I'm going to do it again, as I say, on some of Sandra's background paper. And as I was saying earlier, these are just beautiful. I've chopped it up to be the same size as a Sanntangle tile. And I'm going to make a rough pentagon in the middle of my bit of paper, and this is going to be the basis for my second tangle. I'm just going to do 5 of them round this. They're not all going to be the same size, but it's my bit, and that's how I'm okay with that. And it's not in the middle. I'm not counting how many lines I do. I hope you've noticed I've put the heating on for you, because it's a bit colder up here in Edinburgh than it is down in England. So I don't want you to get chilly while you're here. Now what I'm going to do is some of the other tangles around the bubble and down. Put the hats on. Now I know you are going to come up with far better and more inventive ideas than I've shown you here. I'll do a couple of these, and this is because this is just serving suggestions I'm giving you. I'm sure you'll come up with lots better. I won't do it all because all I'm going to do is make some sort of arty arrangement with these two tangles in this tile. Add a bit of foliage and things like that to make a sort of burst coming from this. I'll do something in the middle, and then I'll post it on the Sanntangle page later for you to see. But hopefully I've given you a few ideas of where to go, and I've seen the artwork that you all post on the Sanntangle page, so I'm confident that you'll come up with much better ideas than me. But remember, if you do post them and add the hashtag October Diary Challenge onto your piece of work, then come the end of the month, we'll find a winner and you'll get something in the post, which will be a nice surprise. So there, and then I'll add some more of these little doobly donglets and some diddle dots. And what would be good here is using your gel pens or a white pen, just to add a few highlights. You can make the doobly donglets come off these. Add some leaves. Remember, with the diary challenges, as well as using the two different patterns that Sandra gives you every month, you're allowed to add any ones that you like on top of that, so you can go wild with them. So that's a little bit of my contribution for the October Diary Challenge. I'll post the final thing on the page so that you can see it coloured up and doobly dongleted right up it. So I hope you post your artwork, and I'll keep my fingers crossed that it's you that wins, and look forward to seeing them all. And thank you for joining me in Edinburgh today. There's not many biscuits gone, I have to say, although I've got a big plate out, and I haven't seen George Clooney anywhere. So I'm just going to go looking for him now, and hope to see you all again. Have a lovely week. Bye. Cheeroo.
Draw your own version of the tile and post a picture in the Sanntangle Facebook group. Use the hashtag October Diary Challenge in your post. Have fun